title of this section is The Road to No More Excuses. If you ask most people why they don't have what they want, they can usually come up with a list of logical reasons why what they want is not possible for them. Our reasons for not having what we want often seem logical and real, but most of the time they're not real at all. They're just our excuses for our unwillingness to step out of our comfort zone. Or said another way, we don't trust the laws of the universe to support us in creating what we desire. Sometimes it helps to put our excuses into a different context. One of the best ways that I know how to do this is to do the following 1 day to live exercise. I think you'll find it quite interesting and enlightening. In fact, turn this off and get a piece of paper and a pen, and I will do it with you right now. Okay, let's begin. First of all, I want you to write down all the reasons that you tell yourself as to why you can't live your dream. Don't have enough money? Not enough talent or education? Maybe your family would never approve. Maybe the time is not right. Stop this recording for a moment and write down all of them right now before moving on. Okay, now that you've done that, imagine that you suddenly have this pain in your body, and it's so severe that you have to go to the hospital emergency room. After they do extensive tests, the doctor comes in with a very solemn look on his face, and he says, "I hate to have to tell you this, but your condition is so severe and spreading so fast that at the very longest, you only have 1 day left to live." Now, I really want you to get into this. Imagine what it would be like to be told that you only have 1 day left to live until you leave this world. In other words, in 24 hours, you will be leaving your body. There is no possible cure. Your family and friends will still be around, but you won't. Close your eyes. Don't do this if you're driving. And imagine what it would feel like to have only 24 hours left to live. Okay, imagine that you heard about a wizard that could give you one chance at a reprieve that would extend your life for another 10 years. However, in order to get this one chance, there's a condition that you must fulfill. You must live your dream, and you must give up all your excuses for not having that dream. Could you do that? In other words, you only have two choices. You either give up all the excuses and live your dream, or you are dead and removed from this planet within 24 hours. These are your only two options. Which one would you choose? Do you think you could begin to live your dream right now? Would you be willing to give up all your excuses? Of course you would. Here's the point of this exercise. If you don't stop making excuses and start living and following your dreams, you may not be physically dead in 24 hours, but your soul will be psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually dead. In other words, you will end up like a lot of people on this planet who are not buried until they're 75, but who were dead at 35. Are you one of these people? If you don't want to live like this, here is what you need to do. Ask yourself, based on what I now know about being a deliberate creator, what are some creative ways to resolve the excuses and the reasons that I've been giving myself for not having what I want? Then write down the solutions that come to you. After that, write down those things that you are willing to change and give up that will allow you to live your dream. The dream that allowed you to extend your life so that you wouldn't be dead in 24 hours. Next, draw 3 columns on a sheet of paper. On the far left, write what I am willing to give up. In the middle, write pros, which is for. On the far right, write cons, which is against. In the first column, what am I willing to give up? Write down those things in your life that no longer serve you, that are based on your old map of reality. For each item that you write in the first column, write the pros and cons in the second and third columns. In other words, the reasons for giving up or keeping each item. The next step is simple. If the pros outweigh the cons, then commit to changing that part of your life right now. Don't wait any longer. For example, is it worth giving up the belief that you don't deserve to have what you want? Is it worth taking a risk and starting your own business? Is it worth giving up smoking or losing weight to have a healthy life? Is it worth committing to your relationship with your partner? If so, then be willing to let go of anything that stands in the way of you having these things in your life right now. Pretend that you're confronted with this 24 hours to live dilemma. Is it worth it to make the necessary changes and step out of your comfort zone to have what you desire? The problem is that most of our excuses are based on a faulty map of reality. It often appears that we are stuck, but the only thing that's stuck is our beliefs. Before we can move out of our present circumstances, we must change our map of reality. If you feel that you are stuck or find that you're making a lot of excuses for not having what you want, your map of reality needs updating. Here are some of the things that you need to do to update or reprogram your map of reality so that it works for you instead of against you. The first one is focusing on what is missing from your life. To create what you desire, you must first catch yourself in the moment as you're focusing on what you don't have, what's missing from your life, or what you don't want to happen. In other words, focusing on the opposite of what you desire. Then you must shift in that moment, using the flip switch technique and affirmations, from what's missing in your life to what you absolutely intend to manifest and attract into your life, with no doubt, no waffling, and no rationalizing or explaining. You must put yourself in a state of accepting and certainty. The second one is thinking about your present limited circumstances and then believing that this will keep you from having what you want. You must know that no matter how bad or how difficult things are in the moment, they are only temporary, and they will only last as long as you keep your attention on them. The more attention that you give to something, the more it grows and expands. So once again, focus on what you want and keep your attention off what you don't want. The third one is thinking about what has always been and focusing on the past. This is the same as thinking about your limited present circumstances. When your inner talk focuses on the way things have always been, you will keep doing things the way you've always done. Once again, if you keep doing what you've been doing, you will keep getting what you've been getting. The reason is simple. You are using the power of deliberate creation in reverse. Remember your point of power. Your point of power is always in the present moment. The fourth one is stop reliving and telling your drama and your story to others. People with the most creative, rich, and fulfilling lives understand that if you don't hang on to your story and your drama, you don't have to live up to it. So let go of it and stop reliving it. When you replay it and tell it to other people, all that does is keep you focused on what has been. But you can't move forward if you're looking backward. The fifth one is stop thinking about what others want for you. I am sure there's a long list of people, mostly relatives, who have strong ideas about how you should be living and what you should be doing with your life, including how much time you should be spending with them. Practice catching yourself when you have any thoughts about what others want for you. Then ask yourself, does their expectation match mine? If not, simply let go of it, because it's ridiculous to get frustrated about expectations that others have for your life. The big payoff in doing all this is that once these critics get the idea that you don't give a hoot what they think, they will leave you alone and find someone else who needs their approval. The sixth one is give up all condemnation and judgment. Keep in mind that you cannot eliminate something by condemning it or judging it as right or wrong, good or bad. You only add to the negative energy that created it in the first place. When you do this, you are actually setting up a situation that attracts more of the very things that you judge, condemn, or don't want. Taken a step further, you cannot attract anything good into your life by hating anything about yourself or others. Why is that? Because hating anything about yourself or others weakens your energy system. So whatever you hate about yourself or others, you will magnify. Only when you can accept and forgive yourself and others will you move into a higher vibration that will attract what you desire. These are some of the things that we must adjust or correct on our map of reality so that we can stop making excuses for not having what we want. In order to correct them, we must raise our energy level to the point where we are a vibrational match to what we desire. If you are currently experiencing anxiety, scarcity, depression, lack of love, or an inability to attract what you desire, you must take a look at how you have been attracting these things into your life. Low quality energy is the attractor pattern for these things. It shows up because you have consciously or unconsciously attracted it. Note that if you still do not have what you want, then you are not creating a vibrational match to your desires. The obstacles that you face and the excuses that you make are creating a low energy vibration, and your situation won't change until you decide to consciously connect to a higher vibratory level. Remember the law of attraction. Like attracts like. Since what we vibrate or the energy we send out brings back to us its vibrational match, it is important that we are always conscious of what type of energy that we are vibrating in every moment. Here are some of the practical things that you can do to help you raise your energy level. Number 1. Practice flip switching in the moment. This is one of the most powerful techniques for changing our vibrational level. Number 2. Use affirmations to change your consistent thoughts. Remember, our consistent thoughts are what brought us to where we are right now. To get where we want to go, we must change our consistent thoughts. Number 3. Avoid low-energy substances. Alcohol and virtually all artificial drugs, legal or otherwise, lower your energy level and weaken you. Furthermore, they put you into a position to attract more disempowering energy into your life. One of the major downsides to consuming low-energy substances is through the law of attraction, you will also attract people with similar low energy showing up regularly into your life. These people will pull you down and keep you from creating the life that you truly desire. Number 4. Avoid low-energy music that disguises itself as high-energy music. Loud, harsh, pounding music with repetitive booming lowers your energy level and your ability to make conscious contact with your authentic self. This is why a lot of people are attracted to it. When listening to this type of music, you are totally disconnected from yourself. You are totally unconscious. Many people prefer to be unconscious because they don't want to deal with what's really inside of them. These are the same people that complain that their life is a mess. If you are not conscious, you will create your life by default instead of by design. Loud pounding music, especially with negative lyrics, produces low energy vibrations that sends weakening messages to your subconscious, and that will infiltrate your life with similar energies. If you want to attract ongoing agitation and anxiety into your life, then go ahead and listen to this type of music. If it is peace, love, joy, and contentment that you desire, then listen to music with higher vibrations and lyrics that match what you want to attract into your life. Number 5. Become aware of the energy levels where you live, work, and hang out. The vibrational energy of the art on your walls, the colors, even the placement of your furniture, create the energetic environment where you spend most of your waking life. And even if you think this is possibly nonsense, I urge you to study the ancient Chinese art of feng shui to discover how your environment affects your life and what you can do to increase the energy field in your home and your workplace. Number 6. Reduce or eliminate your exposure to TV. This is a tough one for most people. TV has become the bane of our existence. By the age of 14, our children have seen over 12,000 multiple murders on TV. No wonder we're desensitized. The news on TV also places a heavy emphasis on bringing negativity into your home and mainly disregards good news. This stream of negativity invades your living space and attracts more of the same into your life. The majority of TV shows that come into our homes project low energy most of the time. If you wish to watch TV, then choose very carefully. Or better yet, find something else to do. Number 7. Stop reading the newspaper. There's no point in reading the newspaper. Like television, it's designed to bring you more bad news. There's nothing that you can do about what you read anyway. So why expose yourself to things that will only bring you more anxiety and stress? If you don't believe me, stop reading the paper for 1 month, and you will be amazed at how much better you will feel. Not knowing what's going on allows you to take your focus away from the negative situations that are out of your control and put them on what you want to create in your own life. Once again, please remember, we can only change the world from the inside out, one person at a time. Reading about the misfortunes of others or the declining economy will not help you to change your world or attract what you desire in your life. Number 8. Don't read books and watch films with negative and violent messages that impact your energy system. This is self-explanatory, but very important to remember. Number 9. Become conscious of the energy levels of your family and friends. Birds of a feather flock together. You can dramatically raise your own energy level by being in the energy field of others who resonate closely to what you'd like to be, do, or have. Choose to be in close proximity to people that make you feel better about yourself and your desires. People who see the greatness in you. People who enjoy life and are connected with their own source energy. If you will stay in the energy of high-energy people, your anxiety, anger, fear, depression, and hate will magically disappear from your life by converting these thoughts and emotions into a higher energy. Number 10. Avoid any religion that makes you feel bad about yourself. It has always troubled me that most organized religions are based on fear. Fear of God and fear of punishment. They have this dysfunctional God that insists on being worshipped and obeyed. Yet we know that only the ego needs these things. And I think God is beyond having an ego. When you think about it, what all religions are saying is, my invisible friend is better than your invisible friend. In fact, most people cannot stand the thought of a God who doesn't love one group or religion more than another. Every religion believes that their teaching is a reflection of God's preferences. They all think that they have the franchise on God. Yet organized religion could not exist if the human race truly understood that God does not have preferences. This is why he or she gave us free will. You cannot have preferences and give someone free will at the same time. What's the point? Free will also means that you have the right to choose to avoid anything, including religion, that makes you feel bad about yourself. Number 11. Extend acts of kindness and ask nothing in return. When you give anonymously. Do this from the kindness of your heart, not with an expectation of thanks. Only your ego needs to be told how wonderful you are by others. It's your ego that needs to thank you. Any act of kindness raises your energy level and puts you into a vibrational match with your own desires. Number 12. Be grateful for what you already have. Gratitude does not need explanation. You know how to be grateful. But did you know that gratitude brings you more of what you appreciate? Gratitude speeds up the manifestation of your desires. Look around you right now, whether you are in your home, office, or car. What can you be grateful for? Make a list. Get into the authentic feeling of true gratitude. Find something, anything, to be grateful for right now. When you are grateful, you are in a high energy vibration that will attract more things to be grateful for. And the good things will come to you magically, drawn in by your feelings of gratitude. Number 13. Hold thoughts of forgiveness in your mind. Thoughts of hatred and revenge will always weaken your energy field, while thoughts of forgiveness will cause you to be strong. A simple thought of forgiveness for anyone who may have hurt you in the past, without you taking any other action, will raise your energy level dramatically. Remember, you can only give out what you have in your heart, and what you send to others will come back to you. If any of these things are part of your life, you need to correct them right now. These negative influences are sabotaging your success and draining your energy. Changing or eliminating any of these things will dramatically change your vibration to one of attracting what you desire from one of repelling what you desire. Once again, I want to remind you that everything in the universe is energy. So from now on, I would like you to consider yourself and all of your thoughts in the context of an energy system. This energy that you are can be measured and calibrated along with its impact on your body and your environment. Every thought that you have is an energy that will either strengthen you or weaken you. It is obviously a good idea to eliminate thoughts that will weaken you, since those thoughts are obstacles to creating a vibrational match with your desire. Since every thought has a vibration, I'm asking you to increase your frequencies or vibrations so that they are high enough to allow you to attract what you desire. The higher your energy, the more capable you are of canceling out or converting lower energies that weaken you. When you become proficient at raising your energy level and permanently eliminating vibrations that weaken you or that block you from having your desires, you will become a powerful, deliberate creator. Please remember that nothing or no one can stop you from creating what you desire. Not even the universe. The laws of the universe are impersonal. The law of gravity is impersonal. Gravity doesn't care if you're a good person or a bad person. If two people jump out of the 15th story of a building, and one is a so-called good person and the other is a so-called bad person, the result will be the same. They'll both splatter when they hit the pavement. The law of gravity is always impersonal. The universe does not bring us what we want based on whether we're a good person or a bad person, or whether we deserve what we ask for or not. It doesn't judge. It only responds to our thoughts. If you focus on what you want, the universe has no choice but to bring that into your life. This is why a person can become a successful criminal. Sometimes we wonder how people who prey on others or harm others can be successful. We must understand that they are also consciously or unconsciously working with the same law of attraction. Granted, the cause and effect of their actions will catch up to them at some point, but that still does not keep them from attracting what they desire. If they focus on being a successful criminal and they create a vibrational match to that, they will attract what they need to manifest that in their life. Granted, you have to deal with the consequences of your choices. But as far as the universe is concerned, nothing is denied to you based on who you are, what you do, what you have done in the past, good or bad, or how religious or non-religious you are, or anything else. Also, it doesn't matter how difficult your circumstances are at the present moment. When you maintain focus on what you want, you will always manifest it. So say goodbye to all your fears of the future, because you can have what you want. Your wish has already been granted. I hope you agree that it's time to give up all the excuses for not having what you want. If you've been creating your life by default instead of by design, then it's time to get off that path and on the path to deliberate creation. However, you must commit yourself to actually use what you've learned in this program. Otherwise, it will just be more information. As I said in the beginning, more information will not change your life. There is no bigger killer of success and happiness than having knowledge about how to succeed and not doing what you need to do to make it happen. It's worth repeating that it's not enough to know what to do, you must do what you know. In order to make doing what you know easy for you, I'm going to reveal the ultimate secret to creating your life by design. This secret will give you a huge jump start and connect all the dots for you. It's coming up in the next and final lesson in The Secret of Deliberate Creation.